Welcome back to Subbrief's Naval News. Today we have a short update for you, so we'll get right into it. Coming out of Germany, we have some additional information on a system that they've been working on for many years called the Interactive Defense and Attack System, or IDADS. This is a surface-to-air missile that submarines can shoot to primarily target anti-submarine helicopters. But we found that it can also be used against surface ships and even land targets that are within 15 kilometers approximately of this range. It's based on a already proven air-to-air missile called the IRIS-T medium-range air-to-air missile. But the modifications they did to it were significant. It's shot out of a 53 centimeter torpedo tube, and that is important because that's the standard size for all NATO submarines. And honestly, most submarines in the world have at least one 53 centimeter torpedo tube. The canister that holds the IDADS holds 4 missiles. So without reloading the torpedo tube, which can take a few minutes, they can shoot up to 4 times. So they'll have multiple shots if the first one doesn't miss, or they have multiple targets here. And the big thing is that this is a fiber optically connected and guided infrared missile that provides image telemetry back to the operator on board the submarine. So the operator that fires and targets the missile can watch the missile home in on its target and abort the mission if need be, if it's going after a target that isn't intended, or if it's beginning to miss the target, they can make small corrections to get the missile back on target. Very cool stuff. The fact that they can shoot a surface-to-air missile that is fiber optically connected to a submarine submerged. That is really a big advance forward in this program. I believe that they had that ability a couple of years ago because someone confided in me that. I simply didn't believe them, but now they're saying this publicly. And so I believe that this is the case, that we have probably our first submarine-launched, fiber-optically guided surface-to-air missile coming out of Germany. Very well done. This program began all the way back in 2003. It was paused in 2010, but restarted again in 2012, and it had its first field test in 2015. So here we are some 9 years later, and they have it working now. So well done to them. And this is a picture of what it looks like, the different parts of it. The rear end has that fiber optic canister on it. The wings fold out after it's launched and airborne. It has a 20 kilogram warhead and flies about 450 miles per hour to its target at a max range of approximately 15 kilometers. Think of this as a fiber optically guided Sidewinder, I think would be a fair assessment. But this is coming out of the sea now. So ASW helicopter pilots, you're on notice. Submarines can fight back now. You don't have immunity to submarines anymore. And honestly, you probably haven't had immunity for a couple years now. But now this is public information, and so take notice. All right. Oh, and credit to Naval News and globalsecurity.org for the information as well. And now let's move over to Guam. The Pentagon has requested $1.5 billion for a Guam ballistic missile defense just for 2024. The Senate Armed Services Committee heard testimony from the Pentagon recently, and they've taken the first steps to build what is being called the Aegis Guam system development. But there's also paperwork submitted that it calls it the Homeland Defense Radar Guam. So you may see those two programs in the future. This money's not been authorized yet. It's going through committee right now. The very first steps that the committee has to resolve is the environmental impact of establishing these facilities, and the Missile Defense Agency in June are going to have 3 in-person meetings on the Isle of Guam to discuss the location and the impact and displacement that may occur installing this system, because it is rather large. The picture you see here is the one in Poland. This would presumably be similar to the one that they would eventually build in Guam. These systems can take a couple years to bring online, but I can't emphasize this enough. Guam needs ballistic missile defense because, in my opinion, if China was to seriously go after Taiwan and wanted to preemptively strike the United States, they certainly would strike Guam first with a ballistic missile. It would just make sense strategically, in my opinion. So this is a good build. I think the price is, it's a lot of money, and that's just for 1 year, the $1.5 billion. But it's time to get the ball rolling if we're serious about defending Guam. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please join my Patreon. We have a brand new ship brief coming out May 20th. So just in a couple days, brand new ship. Very excited to bring that to you. We're doing 2 a month now. So check out the Patreon. You can jump in for as low as $1 and get 2 lectures a month. All right. See you there. Bye.